and welcome back to my channel. This will be a collective haul of the books I've hauled throughout this past month, starting with my birthday haul and continuing until now, start of October, when I just purchased a few books. Let's start by going back to past Charlotte for her book haul. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing, I guess it's a book haul. I have this last week picked up a few packages that have been sent to me, and I'm guessing that these are birthday gifts, and today is my birthday, so I thought I would unbox them with you. I also thought that I would perhaps try and guess what's in these boxes. Also, I might add more clips to this video because it's my birthday. I also got like a coupon on one of the online bookstores in Sweden, so I might actually purchase a couple of books. It's time to unbox these books. First packages I received were actually these two, so I thought I would try and guess what these two books are. The thing is, I think I already know what one of them is, and that's my bad. If we start by looking at this package, it's a fairly chunky paperback, I would say, assuming from the size. I would have guessed already before when I picked this up, I guessed that it's probably a fantasy paperback. That's my guess. But the thing is, I did a stupid thing. I went on my Amazon wishlist. The way they do it so that you don't get multiples of the same thing is that they sort of block the item once someone or you have purchased it, so that no one else can purchase it. And I did a thing where I went to my Amazon wishlist. On the first row, only 4 books. I tried to click the button, add to my cart, add to my cart, add to my cart. That way, if you click add to my cart, you will either add the book to your cart, or you will get a notification that you can't because someone else has already purchased that item. I did that. First book, I could add. Second book, I could add. Third book, I could add. Fourth book said, I cannot add this to my cart. I only did this with one line. I don't know, it was stupid of me. Like, obviously I want things to be a surprise, but it's also kind of fun to play a game sometimes. I'm 97% confident that this is Foundry Side. Like this. Like this. It is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett, and the note is there a note? Oh, there is a note. Okay, cool. It says here. Okay. Grattis på födelsedagen, hoppas du gillar boken lika mycket som jag, från Stephanie. Wow, thank you so much. It says, happy birthday, I hope you enjoy the book just as much as me, from Stephanie. Thank you so much, Stephanie, that is so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next one. My guess from this is that it's a literary or contemporary book, because it's not as thick, so it's not an adult fantasy, and it still feels like a paperback. So let's just open this too. Here we have... Oh! The Reluctant Vampire Queen! Okay, this is cool. And this one is from Helen. Happy birthday, Charlotte, from Helen's Bookhaven. Thank you so much. I'm very excited about this one. Just so you know. I'm very, very excited about this one. Oh my god! This is cool! I'm getting gifts! I was just surprised that I got a Swedish note. I'm not used to that. Only from Kevin. Oh my god, this is a great haul already. I'm so excited about both of these books, actually. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. Now we have the big boy. How do I open it? Okay, wait. I need to guess with this one as well. I can't really tell from the size. I would assume that it's more than one book at least, in order for them to actually send it in a package like this. One reasoning I have for why this might be the size it is that it's an oddly shaped book, or a book that is larger than your typical hardback. And it's like, it's not that heavy. One idea I have is that it's like a graphic novel or something like that. Like, for example, I believe the lore books, and I have one of the lore books on my wishlist. I think they are more like big squares, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna say that there's one graphic novel in here, and that it's at least 2 books. One's gonna be fantasy, one's gonna be contemporary. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. I have no clue. This is just for fun that I'm guessing. Oh, it's wrapped! Oh my god! It's 2 books! Oh my god, and one is wrapped. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, first we have V. Schwab, and they put a sticker on it. Darn it. Oh, it's from Kevin. A gift from Kevin, it just says. But oh Oh my god. It's this Savage song by Wee Schwab. I have never read this duology by Victoria Schwab, but I'm reading it now. I'm working on my Victoria Schwab collection and this is incredible. Thank you so much, Kevin. Okay, and next up is this one that's wrapped. It's a tiny one. What even is this? I think they messed up with the gift notes on this one. Maybe. I don't really see any gift notes. As long as I know who this is from. Because it doesn't say here. So I feel like Amazon is losing the game with the gift notes lately. Things are getting weird. Oh, this is tiny. What even is this? Oh, it's a Frederick Pac-Man book. Thank you. It's the things my son needs to know about the world by Frederick Pac-Man. I think it's like one of his novels or something. I've never read it. I'm also adding to my Frederick Pac-Man collection. Because it was in the same box, I'm guessing this one is also for Kevin. And the fact that Kevin got me 2 books from my 2 favorite authors is really freaking cool. So thank you so much for that. I don't know if there was anything else on your gift note, but thanks so much. And that was it from this haul I picked up. Thanks to everyone, thanks to Stephanie, to Helen, to Kevin, like it really means a lot. I kind of stopped filming officially, but I'm still admiring my new books. And I realized, I said that the huge box probably had like an oldie shaped book or a big book or something. It didn't. It had a literally smallest book ever in it. So that's really weird packaging. This was also a very big gift bag for this tiny book, but it's cute. Hey! So, I've been out with my work. We had like a 10-year anniversary of the company, so that's why I'm dressed up. And when I got home, I found this outside of my door. So we're gonna unbox it, and I guess I'm adding to this birthday book haul because I did not order this. It feels like a paperback, like size-wise, and it's not overly thick, so it's a tricky one because it can either be a longer contemporary or a shorter fantasy. So I'm gonna say it's contemporary. Okay, go. Let's try and open this. Haha. Is there a note with this one? Oh, yes there is, and I saw what the book is. Okay, let's pull out the book. Yes! Oh my god! I'm so excited. Okay, let's read a note. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed this from Sunshine Lorena. Thank you so much, lovely. That's so sweet of you. Oh my god! If you don't know, I read The Spanish Love Deception this summer and I was obsessed. I loved it and I've been so excited about this release. It's from the same author. I think it's Cohabitation Trope, which is like my favorite trope. That one and Fake Dating. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. For my birthday, I actually received a coupon code from one of the online bookshops that we have in Sweden. So I made a naughty purchase from that. I've since also placed an Amazon order that just arrived this week. So we're gonna talk about some books I bought myself. I have been slumping, I haven't been reading that much. These books I'm genuinely excited about. I had a coupon on Amazon as well. It was like if you buy over 400 Swedish crowns, you get 100 Swedish crowns off or something. So yeah, I blame the coupons. Okay, let's get to the actual books. I knew one book I definitely wanted to buy with my coupon from that online bookshop, and that book was Carrie, Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the same author as the one who wrote Daisy Jones and the Six, Malibu Rising, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I really enjoy her books. I think they are very entertaining, very fun. I love the like celebrity theme, the fame theme, and it's also fun because there's a lot of cameos between the books. So Carrie Soto is a tennis player and she actually is first mentioned in Malibu Rising, I think. And then she got her own book. I will read you the synopsis of the book. It's Carrie Soto is fierce and her determination to win at any cost has not made her popular. But by the time she retires from tennis, she is the best player the world has ever seen. She has shattered every record and claimed 20 slam titles. And if you ask Carrie, she is entitled to every one. She sacrificed nearly everything to become the best, with her father as her coach. But 6 years after her retirement, Carrie finds herself sitting in the stands of the 1994 US Open, watching her record being taken from her by brutal, stunning British player named Nikki Chan. At 37 years old, Carrie makes the monumental decision to come out of retirement and be coached by her father for one last year in an attempt to reclaim her record. I'm really excited about this. The thing with Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, like her celebrity series or whatever you should call it, is that it's all fictional. These characters are not real, but it feels like you're reading about real people, real celebrities, real stories, and I adore that. This book is huge, by the way. Like, I got the paperback, and usually when they release paperbacks, new paperbacks, they sometimes do this in this like bigger paperback sort of edition. I'm gonna show you comparison. Hold on. This is Daisy Jones and the Six. It's your regular, typical sort of paperback size. We then have Malibu Rising. Slightly bigger, right? But that is fine. But yeah, it's definitely bigger than Daisy Jones. And this was actually sort of the size I was expecting for the Carrie Soto book. But I just think it looks pretty hilarious. But they do look cute together, I will admit that. They do look quite cute together. But yeah, this book is huge, I don't mind. I think they will look cute together on my shelf at least. So yeah, this is the first book I got and like the main thing I wanted to purchase because it's an anticipated release of mine. But because I had that coupon code of 15% off, I ordered a bunch of other books as well. I ordered Guild by Raven Kennedy. This is a dark romance. I think it was first released as an indie publication, but it's now been re-released by Penguin. I believe it's a King Midas retelling. I've heard great things about this. I know many romance readers that really enjoy this series actually. And I think, like King Midas, that's the myth or story about, I think it's the king who everything he touched turned into gold. So I think actually this woman that this story is about is gold. The Golden King with his palace of riches and me, the girl he turned to gold. Yeah, I'm excited. I then picked up another romance with that code. That is From Luco with Love by Mariana Zapata. I have not read anything by her. I've heard a bunch about her this last year or so, and I've been wanting to read this one. Once again, I think this is like a republication of it. It might have been either indie published before or published by a smaller company. If someone were to ask Jasmine Santos to describe the last few years of her life with a single word, it would definitely be a 4-letter one. After 17 years of figure skating and countless broken bones and broken promises, she knows her window to compete is coming to a close. But when the offer of a lifetime comes from the arrogant idiot she spent the last decade dreaming about pushing in front of a moving bus, Jasmine might have to reconsider everything, including Ivan Lukov. I think this is a slow burn romance about figure skaters, and it's apparently great, and Marina Zapata's books are apparently great, so I'm very excited to get to this one as well. It's always good to have some romances on your shelf. Final book I purchased with my birthday coupon was Gideon the Ninth. This was, even for me, a bit unexpected, I must say, because the thing is, I started listening to this one, I think last year or so, and I really wasn't into it. I did not enjoy the audiobook, I struggled with keeping up with it. Even though I DNF'd the book about 10% in, I always sort of knew that if I were to read it physically, I think I might enjoy it more. If I'm reading a high fantasy or a book that has a lot more world building, I don't typically do that well with them if I listen to them as audiobooks. I'd much rather read them physically. So I've had this on my wish list. I have had every intention of giving it another try. I believe that the third book is being released this autumn or winter. And I just started to get FOMO about it, I think. I've seen so many people love this book and the second book as well. And knowing that I think the third book is the final book in the series, I just felt FOMO. So I need to give this another go. This one is pitched as lesbian necromancers in space. That's what everyone keeps saying. From what I remember from how the story started as well, we have these people that are necromancers. I think that means that they do magic with like skeletons and bones. And it was some sort of intergalactic competition that was about to happen. And they needed to team up for that. So it's sort of, I think it's like hate to love or enemies to lover as well. Like the two who are competing, they don't really like each other. I think it can be fun. I am actually excited about this one, and I'm glad that I'm picking it up again, because I do think this is something I would enjoy. I do think so, but it's just that the audiobook did not work for me. So those were the birthday gifts to myself. And now I'm gonna talk about my final haul, which are the books I ordered off of Amazon because I felt like it, okay? I just wanted those books as well. First, we have a book that was actually a necessary purchase because I need to read this now in October. I could not find it at my library. It's not available on Scribd. It was not available as an ebook, so I got it. And that's the Sanitarium by Sarah Pearce. This is a book that we're reading for the Enchanted Book Club. It's a book club hosted by some of my booktube friends, and they asked me to co-host in October, so of course I need to read the book of the month, which is the Sanitarium. We had a vote on it. This one was the winner. I just knew about it because I've heard the book being mentioned. I actually wasn't sure what it was about, if I'm being honest, even though I voted for it. But when I read the back of this book, I'm just getting more and more excited. The October theme for the book pick is Murderous October, so we needed a mystery or a thriller. And like, listen to this. It's a beautiful eerie hotel in the Swiss Alps, recently converted from an abandoned sanitarium, is the last place Detective Ellen Warner wants to be. But her estranged brother has invited her there for his engagement party, and she feels she has no choice but to accept. This is like one of my favorite setups for a story. Either like a hotel or a party, and just things get weird. Like, I love that. Arriving in the midst of a threatening storm, Ellen immediately feels on edge, and things only get worse when they wake up the next morning to find her brother's fiancé missing. With access to the hotel cut off, the guests begin to panic. I have hopes for this one now. Like, reading this now, I'm like, yes, I'm glad I picked this one. I'm very excited about this one. This will be my next pick as soon as I finish my current reads. And then we have some books that I've been eyeing or that I've seen recently in bookshop. One book I saw in a bookshop, got really intrigued by, added it to my wish list and then purchased myself, is Like a House on Fire by Caroline Hulse. It's the backside that got me. After a series of blazing rows about everything from Jurassic Park to installing car seats for their hypothetical children, Stella and George are getting divorced. But first, Stella's mom is throwing a murder mystery party, and with her dad losing his job and her mom's recent diagnosis, now is hardly the time to tell everyone. Stella and George just have to get through the day without their breakup being discovered, though it will soon turn out that keeping secrets runs in the family. I think this will be either like a cozy mystery or just literary comedy. It sounds like a really fun setup. I have not heard about this book before. I have not seen anyone talk about it, but I saw it in the bookshop. The cover and the title intrigued me. I read the backside and I was sold. So I'm very excited about this one. I think it can be a lot of fun. Then we have a couple of books I've been eyeing recently. We have Woman Eating by Claire Coda. I feel like I've seen many people talk about this one. I have been eyeing it. Also, I know it's about vampires, so I thought it would work for my vampire vlog that I hope to make once I have time to read those vampire books I talked about in my October TBR. Lydia is hungry. She always wanted to try sashimi, ramen, onigiri with sour plum stuffed inside, the food her Japanese father liked to eat. And then there is bubble tea and the vegetables grown by the other young artists at the studio she is secretly squatting in. But Lydia can't eat any of this. The only thing she can digest is blood, and it turns out that sourcing fresh pig's blood in London, where she is living away from her vampire mother for the first time, is much more difficult than anticipated. If Lydia is to find a way to exist in the world, she must reconcile the conflicts within her, between her demon and human sides, her mixed ethnic heritage, and her relationship with food and in turn humans. Before any of this, however, she must eat. It might be awful. I might not enjoy this at all, or it might be amazing. I'm very excited to find out, and I'm definitely adding this to my vampire vlog that I'm hoping to film in October. The next book I got is The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay. This is definitely because of Kayla from Books and Lala. It's one of her favorite books of the year, I think, and she always enjoys like weird or different books. And I'm always intrigued by them. I'm never certain if I will enjoy them myself, but I always get intrigued by them. So I have been eyeing this one without even knowing what it is about. And then when I was placing my order, I wanted to add another book, and I saw that this one actually is about vampires. I was like, perfect, adding it to the vlog as well. Perfect excuse to get this one. 1988. Art Barbara is a painfully awkward teenager, underweight, acne-ridden, and bent crooked by scoliosis. Worse, he has no extra credits to get him into college. So Art starts the Pallbearers Club, mourning for people with no one else to bury them, which introduces him to Mercy Brown. Mercy is into bands, local history, and taking photos of the dead. Decades later, Art writes his memoir to try and make sense of it all, because nothing about Mercy is simple. Their friendship twists and coils, captured in Polaroid snapshots and sweaty gigs and inexplicable flashes of the parasite lurking in the folded jacket at night. Because Art is writing, but Mercy is reading, and she thinks Art's novel, this isn't a memoir, needs some work, and she's more than happy to set the record straight. What if Art didn't get everything right? Come on, Art, you can't just tell one side of the story. And actually the book, once you start flipping through it, it's not just text. It's also like notes added in the margins or things like that. So it's already as if someone has annotated this book. So I think it's a case of unreliable narrator. And from what Kayla has said as well, it's more of a slow, weird book where kind of not much happens. I think she said it's pretty uneventful or not really action-packed or something like that. I am intrigued, and I think I read somewhere, either on like Goodreads or something, that there's vampires in this one. Final book I purchased, and this is once again a book I've had on my want to read list. I was reminded of it when I saw it in a bookshop, and that is Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. This is a book I saw first being mentioned by Emmy from Emmy Reads, and she also has a very interesting taste in books. She reads a lot of classics, a lot of translated works. I don't think it's translated. No, it's probably not. I don't remember what this book is about other than the fact that I've heard people mention it. I think Kayla might have mentioned it as well, actually. So I've heard it being mentioned. I was reminded of it when I saw it in the bookshop and like, yeah, I want to give that a try. Let's see, Amanda and Clay are enjoying a taste of the good life when Ruth and GH, an older couple who claim to own the remote holiday home that they are staying in, arrive seeking shelter. These strangers say that a power outage has swept the city, but with no phone service and internet down, the facts are unknowable. What has happened back in New York? Is the holiday home a truly safe place for their families, and are they safe from one another? Sounds like another mystery, or thriller actually, but I think someone mentioned that it's once again slower, not as action-packed as you might think, that it's sort of one of those books where nothing happens. I might be completely off. It's been a while since I heard anyone talk about this book, but yeah, I'm just intrigued. I don't know, I just want to go ham and buy every interesting book I find. So that was sort of my way of doing that with this latest purchase of mine. Just like going for books that I think sound interesting, look interesting, are different, perhaps books you have not heard as much about, and just have an interesting pile of books. And I feel like I did achieve that with this pile, and I'm very excited. I love how this is looking. I actually really do. I have been slumping with my reading in September and also in August, expanding my bookshelf a bit, having more options, having different genres. I think it sort of helps to be excited because now I want to finish my current reads so I can get to these books. I think that's it for this collective haul. Thank you once again to everyone who gifted me with something. It means the world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes